Welcome to the NerdNest podcast. I'm Sarah Montgomery, NerdNest social media manager. Once again, if you want to check the description of this video, you'll find our social media sites and you know how this works. My guests this week are
Daniel from the first podcast.
I'm Josh, her brother, again.
They're both my brothers. So this week we have a lot to discuss because San Diego Comic-Con just kind of wrapped up, and we had a bunch of new trailers. So we're mostly gonna stick to the trailers that we're gonna be talking about. So if you haven't watched them for whatever reason, go do that, and then come back here and listen to us talk about it. What do you guys want to talk about first? Which one?
Batman vs. Superman.
Okay, that's what I figured.
I was gonna say the best for last, but that works.
No, let's get that out of the way
That's fine.
if it runs over. Okay.
Okay. Oh, it was so good.
Honestly,
Oh my God.
first impressions,
It was so good.
yes,
It
absolutely.
was so good.
I was watching it, I was with Laura in Crema, our local coffee shop, and I was sitting there and I got like a tweet notification that a bunch of people were tweeting about Batman vs. Superman. I was like, I wonder what that is, and I saw that the trailer was released. I literally threw my phone down, ripped my laptop out of my bag, and plugged the headphones in. I just watched it in there, and at the end of it I was like looking at Laura, and she's like, are you okay? I'm like, no, I don't think I will be ever again.
I watched it probably within a minute of it going out on YouTube. Like it was almost instantaneous. I'm like, it's out, go. Oh.
I was one of the like 301 plus views people.
I mean, that's say that for a couple. It was.
Because it was so many people.
It was just so intense. Like the whole time, it just didn't stop being intense.
And you had like Wonder Woman was in there introduced, and she looks fantastic.
She does.
Both as Wonder Woman and as Diana Prince, she looks awesome. The Batman
I
costume
think
looks
the best part about Wonder Woman is her face. Her face looks exactly like it would in the comics.
Yeah.
It's just.
She
Yeah,
thinks
she looks just like.
Compare the
thinks
two.
you-
It's incredibly how close she is to the comic books. I think she's one of the best castings for Wonder Woman.
I think, and I really like the way that DC is doing the costumes so far. Is that they're close and similar to the way they are in the comic books, but they don't look really like cartoony or just kind of
they're
out
making
of
it look
place.
like, because that's always something I've always found interesting about comics is, yeah, this costume's cool, but if you saw someone walking around like this in real life, you'd be like, you're a freak.
Is that really crime fighting material? But so my favorite thing about the Batman vs Superman trailer was that Hans Zimmer does the soundtrack, and I think my heart just kind of stopped for 3 minutes and 25 seconds, or however long that trailer was.
My favorite
His
is
music
just
is
the
amazing.
confirmation that it was going to be a very dark and gritty looking movie, and
that's something I really am happy about because Marvel definitely isn't kind of put in their universe. We're funny, jokey. You know, we have a light sense to it, which is really nice,
Mm-hmm.
and it's nonstop like intensity can get kind of old, and I'm really happy that DC is deciding to change what their movies will be like. So there's a very distinct difference between Marvel's, which there's going to be jokes. Batman vs Superman is going to be just like nonstop seriousness. Maybe eventually once they become better friends,
they'll
we'll see
probably have some sort of comedy break.
There's
no way it
in
wouldn't,
every
but-
movie,
When you
but
introduce Hal Jordan and Barry Allen, it's
That's
not
where
like
the comic comes
because
from.
if they're sticking to it like that, then
yeah,
it'll be good.
And
I mean-
I'm pretty sure the Flash is slated to be in
2000.
the Batman and Superman movie, isn't he?
Yeah, Barry Allen is.
Barry Allen is.
But not okay.
But we don't know if he's going to be Flash or he's just going to be Barry Allen.
Or just
to
like a
introduce
short
you to the
cameo.
character.
And
Who knows?
I have to say this, the part that was just like absolutely mind blowing to me is how they brought in Batman to the Superman of
Like
Steel
2 minutes
movie.
where they had like
That
the
was-
building being shot up and
and
Superman shooting out.
I saw on Reddit where they actually had a side by side of the scene of from Bruce's perspective and from Superman's perspective,
It was like
and it was just
it's perfectly insane.
it was so good.
I think it was. I think it's kind of funny that in the Man of Steel when it came out, people were kind of telling Zack Snyder like, whoa, calm down with all the buildings blowing up, dude. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then he actually ties it into one of the reasons Batman
Yeah, and that
has
was
a vendetta against
absolutely
him.
like a running
It was
joke
genius.
after Man of Steel came out. It was just like, and no one cares about the property damage. Oh, the world's safe from like these three
And that's
Everyone-
aliens.
exactly what this movie's about.
Everyone's
Yeah.
upset about it, and that's what I've always liked about the DC universe is that it's hyper realistic. So everything is like the problems that you're saying people would have are the problems that they're having in this movie. That they're talking about like, yeah, he did help us from an alien invasion, but he's also kind of the reason there was an alien invasion, and he stopped it. But he stopped it with millions, if not billions, of dollars.
And
in
you see in
propaganda.
the trailer, there's all that Jesus imagery
Yeah.
to Superman. Where there's that part where he's like behind the sun. And he's
Oh yeah,
glowing
when
in the cape.
it's when
and you see
Lois
that
is
woman like raising her hand to you.
she's like,
It's
this
like
Or
means
even
something.
yeah.
Or really even in the first, the teaser trailer with Batman staring up at him and Superman, it's like he's shown from the perspective of
Like
he's
a god above
which
them.
is really what Superman is.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
he's a
He
god
I think
among
what's
humans.
interesting about his characterization is that he almost doesn't want that a lot. He tries to be that, but there's always that part of him that's like, I just want to help.
That's something that I always really get annoyed about. People, there's always this belief with Batman and Superman that you have to like one or the other. There's no in between, which is so annoying because
Yeah.
that a
yeah.
common like who's gonna win Batman versus Superman? People are like, you say Superman, you probably hate Batman. If you say Batman, then you're gonna hate Superman.
No.
I love both of them
I
so
love
much.
both.
Well, actually, but I think the opinion is that if you say that you think Superman's gonna win, then you hate Batman. If you say Batman's gonna win, then you're just a Batman fanboy.
Yeah,
That's pretty much how people view
but
that.
I mean, Superman, because people always complain about, oh, he's such a boring character. To me, I'm like, okay, first of all, he's like the first ever hero ever created,
So,
cut the dudes
props.
in slack. Secondly, they've added this really cool part to him where, people see him like, you're basically a god. I'm like, I don't want people to see me as that because I want to be part of the earth. I want to be a part of you. So he can't if people see him as a god.
'Cause he
So
wants-
he really does hold himself back
So
to
I-
make people
right.
see like, yeah, you're just a
And in the
person
trailer,
like
I
us.
love that line.
And I
that,
love
was
that
it
conflict he
Martha?
has.
What's his Mama Kent? His mom. Clark
Martha,
Kent's
it's Martha.
Martha Kent. She said to him, Clark, you don't owe this world a thing. Be their hero, be their angel, be their monument, be anything they need you to be, or be none of it. It's like, I loved that line. It was like, and that's what I really hope that the rest of the movie's like that, where it has really powerful dialogue, but
Yeah.
it's also really cool fight scenes, like where Batman
Oh, yeah,
smashes Superman through
I
a window.
want to see Batman and Superman just hammer each other, but at the same time, I don't want a monster stomp movie.
Yeah, I want cool characterizations
want
and
both.
backstories. Yeah.
And they definitely set it up to be both. So
What
I'm
do you
excited
think
about
about Lex Luthor?
I'm excited about him. He has the character down. The actor, I'm not sure his name, but
Jesse Eisenberg.
he's done a really good job at kind of having that very methodical and just conniving personality
Yeah.
to him, which is, something that it's interesting. It looks like he didn't get his wealth from some massive corporation. It's more off like social media,
Yeah,
which
he-
I think is interesting,
Yeah.
which
He
makes more
definitely-
sense for
He
the
looks
smart.
like he's one of like the internet millennials that kind of like
Yeah.
just sprung out in the .com era.
His hair, that's an issue.
I think it would probably go away.
bald. I agree,
that
but
might be
we've only
solved
seen him
in
with his
this
hair.
movie.
I don't know why that's.
Maybe it's because they don't want to spoil him.
Well,
being
I'm
bald.
pretty
Sure.
sure that Lex Luthor actually hates Superman because he's bald because of him.
How dare you, my
I mean,
luscious locks!
there's this stuff about he got cancer from kryptonite and stuff.
I mean, that would be my
So,
guess.
And we did see like a little teaser of
And I
kryptonite.
think
in
Lex
there, so.
Luthor has the best lines in the whole trailer. He's got that whole black versus blue, black and blue, God versus man, day versus night, and then the red capes are
I
coming.
don't like that line. That
Oh,
much.
you don't?
Why? There's one person in the movie with a red cape.
I think
I understand he's
I
kind
think
of.
it's a symbolism.
It's a
thing.
symbol.
I understand that, but
just think about the
It just
number of
doesn't make sense.
superheroes though with red capes.
Plus, you've got like.
there's okay.
He might be
Josh, this
referencing the Superman army, like the ones with the
That's
logos
true.
on it as well, which we still don't know
Which
about.
I'm still very curious about because to me it can go a few different ways.
Yeah.
It can go kind of like Injustice, where Superman has kind of pushed himself to a position of power and almost ruling, like he's
Yeah.
created a military state. Or it could be a position of where he's part of like a task force and that's like their symbol. and it's run by the U.S. government or some government or what have you.
Yeah.
Or what this is the one I actually least believe, is that Lex Luthor created this group to kind of
demonize Superman and make
Yeah.
him seem like a
I mean, something-
militaristic, like
Yeah.
Which is cool about the trailer. It doesn't really give too much away because everyone gets the basic. It's in the title. It's gonna be Batman versus
We
Superman.
know that.
You get the idea, but then you see that Superman army or whatever.
You see Batman fighting in a desert.
You see Batman fighting them, and you
Which-
even see that part where you see Superman flying down. You see all of them bowing down to them. So it's obvious that my guess would be is it makes sense for them to see him as a god, and it looks like it's a deserty place, so it's fair to guess that it's somewhere in like the Middle East or something.
Kind of remote.
So it makes sense that people like that would start praising him as a god, and they basically make their own army and cult. Superman goes over, they'd be like, "What's up? You're kind of giving me a bad name by killing people in my name," which makes people. I mean, DC's not stupid enough to leave out because there's, DC has they're very identical heroes, and Batman, obviously everyone knows who that is. Superman, everyone knows who that is. So is Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
The Robins are like that as well. Batman and Robin. That's like a household name. Everyone knows who that is. If they just don't touch on Robins, then that's just a horrible move by them. And I don't think they'll make that.
Now, comparing Batman vs. Superman, which has the three most famous heroes probably ever, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. We then have the other trailer they released, which was Suicide Squad. So in this one, which is really interesting, you've got the ones that I would say that most people know. Obviously, Batman's going to be in it, Joker, Harley Quinn. Joker's not in the Suicide Squad, but he's in the movie.
Yeah, Harley Quinn and Joker are the two main ones.
Some people might know Deadshot. The other people that we know of in the Suicide Squad are
Killer Croc's kind of popular from
Killer
the
Croc,
video games.
Captain Boomerang.
Captain Boomerang,
That's
El
nice,
Diablo, Katana, Enchantress.
Slipknot's in there.
Slipknot is theorized to be in there.
No,
Rick
Slipknot's
Flag.
in there.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, you see he's roping everything. He's totally in it.
And then Rick Flag.
I'm excited about Rick Flag. I'm very excited about Rick Flag.
I think that's
That's
Amanda
it.
Waller.
Amanda Waller. Those are the
If
ones
you want to
that-
include her, but
the Suicide Squad trailer.
I mean, there's a lot.
In my opinion,
I loved it.
it was super cool. They showed a lot of Harley Quinn.
She's
I
gonna
liked.
make or break the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Harley
I-
Quinn is so essential to the Suicide Squad.
Absolutely.
The thing I do like about, or the thing I wanted to say about it was it was a very polarizing trailer.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
If you're a comic book fan and you read comic books, you're gonna go, they have this guy in there, you have this guy in there, you have this guy in there. Oh my god!
This is gonna be so cool.
But
Yeah.
if you're not a comic book fan, you're going, who is that?
Yeah.
Because you look at that and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
so you've got some guy with like a skull tattooed on his face. Oh, Harley Quinn. Some guy,
Joker, Joker,
an Australian
it's Joker.
guy with mutton chops. Eh.
And yeah.
I
and
totally understand.
That's some people's complaints about the trailer is people need to remember the trailer wasn't even meant to be released to the public.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be like, hey, for all you guys who went to Comic-Con, here's a special gift for you. And it was just because people go to Comic-Con and go to that panel
Yeah.
are there to
They're
see the
super
people.
fans.
So they basically that trailer is just kind of showing, oh, he's in it. This dude's in it too. Look at this guy.
that
And here's a
was-
snippet of the Joker, and everyone's excited.
Because a
But
lot of
it got
people
leaked.
complain that
Yeah.
it didn't
Mhm.
tell them anything about the. But that's
Alright,
not
that
the
is my
point of the trailer.
biggest complaint about consumers of trailers is they're like, I just watched this 3-minute clip. Why doesn't it tell me the plot of the movie?
That's a good thing. That's a very good
But
thing.
then they go back and complain like,
This
I
whole
just
thing-
watched this 3-minute clip and it totally spoiled me that Gandalf is still
Yeah,
alive.
or
It's
something
like,
that. Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, the-
you can't have it both ways.
I like the added layer of mystery because even as comic book readers and
Yeah.
like we read Suicide Squad and Batman and we know Batman lore and stuff about the characters in the Suicide Squad. I watched Suicide Squad trailer and I'm genuinely curious. I'm like, where does the Joker come into play? How often
That- I
is
know,
Batman
right?
in it? What's gonna happen with Harley Quinn? Is it gonna be like the New 52 where she has her own little storyline? Is Amanda Waller gonna do anything really
What
really
exactly
messed up?
is
Yeah.
the goal of the Suicide Squad? And
What is their mission?
And of course, the best question: how many of the Suicide Squad guys are gonna die?
Yeah,
That's
good
that's
question.
something so amazing about the Suicide Squad to me is when you read comics, you kind of have the mentality of
Like-
it's Batman. He's not gonna die. He may get into some bad situations, but he's gonna be fine at
Yeah.
the end of the day. But something about the Suicide Squad is it's a lot of B-list heroes and villains. So
Just die.
so they can kind of just kill people left
Yeah.
and right.
And that's
So and
yeah.
and one of my first times reading the Suicide thing, I'm like, this is a really cool comic, and then just straight out of nowhere, just boom, Deadshot just shoots one of the guys' heads off. Like, oh,
Well,
Oh,
that was
and
yeah,
really
you're
a
like-
change of
they
gears.
just don't come back, and what happens is instead of him coming back, it's just all right. Here's your new people, and they just replace him with other guys. So people just die.
Yeah,
So you don't know how. Like obviously Harley Quinn and Joker probably will be fine.
Deadshot will be fine.
Yeah.
That who knows? Honestly.
I would
Deadshot's a high.
I agree.
would-
Deadshot's
plus,
A-list.
plus Will Smith is.
And plus, Will Smith is in it.
A-list.
There's no way you're gonna kill off Will Smith 10 minutes into
Yeah,
the
but
movie.
no one stays dead in comics.
You
They could
can-
kill him and he comes back.
That is.
But that's the
a
thing.
good
You
point.
could see Rick Flag and Slipknot. Those guys. I bet most people watching this don't know who those are.
Right.
For
Which
good
is
reason.
normal.
Good
Yeah.
reason. They're not that interesting. Except Rick Flag. I'm happy he's in it. Because I think Rick Flag is the only person in this Suicide Squad movie that isn't a villain.
Yeah.
He's more of a hero. He's like a. He's in a lot of way like a Deathstroke Deadpool, but without the superhero enhancement. He went in the military, trained, is a very proficient martial artist and guy with guns.
Yeah.
And he And then Amanda Waller's like, hey, you're good. We're gonna put you in the Suicide Squad. And he's like, really? With a bunch of criminals?
Oh no,
So
I'm
he's
sorry.
gonna
We're
put
gonna
a
put
cool-
you in Task Force X.
Yeah.
That's the real name of it.
Yeah. And
Suicide Squad was named Suicide Squad because of the.
Yeah,
I
and a
think-
lot of people got on Will Smith because of that, because he said, so we're some kind of Suicide Squad in the trailer, acting like, okay, just say the name.
It's like,
But that's the thing, in the comics, it's called Task Force X, and
they give it the nickname.
The criminals.
The criminals
give
give the nickname
It's
Suicide
incredibly accurate. Like, that's a
You're-
very accurate nickname for that group.
Squad. You basically keep going until you die. That's
yeah,
just how
that's what it is.
yeah.
Or until you get out, which, I mean, honestly.
Good luck with those criminals.
I saw one article written about it. It was just like, is Deadshot fighting for something other than getting out of prison or time off? Like, we keep seeing clips of him with a little girl. Like, have you read the comics? Yeah, he has a daughter, and
Yeah.
he cares about her, and he fights for getting to see her sometimes. So I think I'm really looking forward to Suicide Squad. I think it's going to be really, really cool.
I think it will be a very big surprise to a lot of
Yeah, I mean,
some of the
if you're a
not
fan
as
of DC, you're gonna know who the Suicide Squad is. But for people that don't get too involved in comics, Suicide Squad is kind of like a foreign idea. They
Yeah.
don't really know what it is, and it's a really cool idea.
Yeah.
So it's a very awesome thing to see on the screen.
We were talking
so a
about
lot of
this.
people will see it and be, this is great.
We were talking
This
about
is
this
such a
where we
cool
said like
dynamic.
Batman versus Superman will definitely have higher initial box office ratings. Like their opening weekend
Mhm.
is going to be huge. Suicide Squad will have good box office ratings probably, but their total box office ratings will probably be really high.
Yeah.
Because people are going to be like, I don't know much about it. I don't know anything about these characters. And then their friends will be like, I just saw that movie. You
It's crazy.
absolutely need to go see that movie.
That's how I feel like it's gonna be being said.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, the last thing that I want to talk about, the last trailer, which wasn't officially released, but you know, that's how San Diego Comic-Con works.
Everything
Which
gets leaked.
we watched like
No exceptions.
2 minutes before this podcast started was the Deadpool trailer, just so we can avoid having an entire DC
Yeah.
fest over here. The Deadpool
I
trailer.
love that they made that rated R.
I'm so glad you can't do Deadpool.
I love that
rated
they're breaking the
PG-13.
fourth wall. The last time they did Deadpool, they
So
They
just
did
not
not
shut.
absolutely messed
They
that
did
up
not do Deadpool.
beyond
That was
all
messed up.
recognition.
Because someone
Just
decided,
have it on
like,
the same name.
Someone decided it's like, oh, you know, Deadpool, Merc with the mouth. Let's just sew his mouth shut. Obviously.
Good choice. I
Good
agree.
call.
And then
Artistic.
they had to give him the giant katanas coming out of his wrist.
What was that?
For
I don't
some
even
reason, it's like,
understand.
oh,
Yeah.
he has Wolverine's DNA. Let's give him katanas
No.
somehow.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. But let's not talk about the worst part. I thought one of my favorite parts of the trailer was when he's being rolled on the stretcher and he's like, and give me a costume, but don't make it green or animated, and it's like it's like shattering the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th wall. Just like Ryan Reynolds referencing Green Lantern was hilarious. I'm so
I
glad
didn't
they
even
did
get
that.
that.
I did think it was funny. Someone asked
That's
Ryan
hilarious.
Reynolds.
I didn't even think of that.
You didn't get that?
I didn't.
I saw
just-
that. I was like, oh my lord, this
I don't
is
know what I
hilarious.
was thinking.
When someone asked Ryan Reynolds, which is your favorite costume, Green Lantern or the Deadpool costume? He was like, well, it's kind of hard to not say Deadpool considering the fact that it's an
It's
actual
real.
costume.
Whereas
and
Green Lantern was just like a
Green
CGI
Lantern
morph
is
suit.
I've got like this morph suit with dots on it. I'm like, I'm totally Green Lantern right now.
This is me, Green Lantern. Yeah, it was, but
They got his comedy.
and
on.
and action
Yeah.
sequences were really on point too, where it shows him like shooting a bullet through 3 guys' heads.
And you see that he's really skilled, but he also kind of doesn't care. So
That-
you see he's just kind of joking around, but at the same time, like, that was really,
Yeah.
really cool.
Like that line where he's getting surrounded by bad guys. He's like, I wear red so they can't see me bleed. This guy's got the right idea. He's wearing brown
And they
pants.
look, he's like,
and just killing everyone. That's so on point with Deadpool.
Oh yeah.
They got him down,
Alright,
and the
so-
eyes move. Oh,
Of these 3
no
movies,
complaints at all.
of these 3 movies, which one are you looking forward to seeing most?
Batman versus Superman.
Is that even a question? Yeah, Batman versus
I'm
Superman.
sorry. Honestly, I don't think it is. For some people, it might be. Some people think
I
they're more
think
excited
it's
for
because
Deadpool.
I've wanted to see Batman and Superman
It-
fight
I'm
each
so-
other
The thing
on
is
the
that-
big
my
screen.
whole
Like, the whole thing
For
about,
like as long as I
Yeah.
could possibly
I
think.
totally agree.
the
with
whole
you.
thing about these movies is a solo superhero movie is almost just kind of, yeah, whatever now. And
Yeah.
that's kind of incredible
doesn't
how
have
far
much
we've
impact.
gone. So a Deadpool movie is, considering how popular it's gotten without a movie yet, it was kind of bound to happen.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a hilarious movie with a great comedy. But one of the most popular questions ever since Batman was created is, so who would win a fight? Who do you think? Batman versus Superman? And now we're literally getting like, so it's on the movie now. People are like, oh, I can't.
Yes.
Although I don't think this question is, again,
It's not
spoiler
gonna be
alert,
answered.
it's not going to be answered in this movie.
It's not going to be a definitive.
Yeah, you don't
like,
need
no one's like, neither of them are gonna die.
No one.
This is not really a winner.
And even if one does from some odd thing kill the other, either A, they're going to come back, or B, there's going to be the
Look,
he did it this way, so it doesn't count.
people, every single time that's what happens. It's like, well, it doesn't count because Batman, whatever, or Superman.
Yeah, or Wonder
did
Woman
this thing,
interfered
Wonder Woman,
or something.
So it's
I don't know.
disqualified.
And-
It's like, okay, fine.
And it's fairly obvious at this point that they're basing the movie off of Dark Knight Returns,
Yeah.
which is obviously
That
the
pose.
comic book that kind of
That
glossing
fight
the idea of Batman versus
Where
Superman.
he's got that fight where he's on the wall and he has the pose from the Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, the comic strip.
Poster, and then he grapples
for 1
away
second.
right as Superman. Like, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably about all the time we have. Sorry to wrap this up so soon. I think we could talk about this and probably will for hours because
Yes.
it's just super exciting. Thank you guys for joining me again. It was. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like having you on, but.
We don't like being here.
I'm just here for the free food.
Then okay, we're gonna go get food then. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, links are in the description, so check out our social media and our blog and everything. And have a nice weekend or weekday.
And
whatever.
make sure you rewatch the trailers a couple times just to
5 to
get
10
hype.
times. All right, bye bye.